Hi everyone, welcome to Single Value. So today we're going to look at Binance. Binance Coin is a cryptocurrency, and it's been a while since I looked at any cryptocurrencies because I never really had the conviction that it's going to succeed with certainty. But now that I look at Binance Coin, I can really look at it and say it can succeed with a great deal of certainty. So if we look at Coinbase, I think Coinbase is going to be the catalyst that sets Binance Coin on fire. Like Bitcoin is doing really well, and Ethereum is doing really well, but all the other coins, it just doesn't have that certainty about how we value the valuations. But I think with Coinbase, it starts to set a benchmark for how you start to value the exchanges. So if Coinbase is in the realm of being worth $100 billion, I think once it IPOs, it's worth much more. I see it going to 150 or even $200 billion, and I think that's going to really set a rocket on Binance Coin. So if we look at this chart, this table here, Bitcoin is clearly on the top with over $1 trillion in valuation, Ethereum $247 billion, and we've got Binance Coin, which is $81 billion, and it is doing supremely well. Like if we look at the charts just show this coin is really doing so well in the recent few months. Like in January, start of January, $41 or even less, and now it's at $524. So if you're an early buyer of Binance Coin, you would have done so well. But I think going forward, if you're a buyer even at these prices, you're still going to do really well. Because why is that? It's at 81 billion in market valuation, and then we look at Coinbase, and if that's $100 billion, what is 81 billion in comparison? Because we look at the exchanges, and yeah, like you see, look at Binance. The volume that goes through Binance is insane, isn't it? $32 billion worth of crypto is exchanged in the last 24 hours. Whereas on Coinbase Pro, 2 billion. So you look at that difference, and it's such a massive difference that whatever Coinbase is worth, you can guarantee Binance is worth substantially more. Like, we can't say entirely how much more, because at the end of the day, when you buy shares into Coinbase, you're actually buying into the company. When you buy it into Binance, you're not necessarily taking that full legal ownership that you can just go to a court and claim. So buying shares obviously has more advantage to it, but you know, to say Binance is worth less, yeah, like it would not be conceivable in any other world. Like, so if we say Coinbase is worth $100 billion, Binance is worth more than $100 billion, and I think once Coinbase IPOs, Binance Coin is going to do so well out of it because the exchange is just doing so well. Like, you look at the exchanges, and there's just really no other like close competitor. There is this Venus, but apart from that, not really any other competitor that's really close. So yeah, 32 billion, and it has a high exchange score. Whereas the next couple don't really. So yeah, like again, probably yeah, I'd say it's gonna do extremely well. Like, the reason it ranks it by exchange score is because it's about transparency, and they have one of the best ratings in terms of transparency. Same with Coinbase. Whereas the other ones, like this dollar amount, it's not necessarily able to be verified in the most clearest way sometimes. But yeah, I think Binance is just doing so well that I think the coin's going to do well. And there is the possibility that in the future it might even surpass Ethereum. But again, that is very speculative. But reaching, I think, $1,000 should be easy enough for this coin. Reaching 2,000 will remain the question. But I do see a massive future for Binance Coin. And not to mention, the CEO is so committed. CEO has close to 100% of their net worth in crypto. So you just gotta admire this guy for his conviction in having basically most of all his assets just with Binance. And you know, he's not just selling it to buy other stuff. He's just fully invested. And if you could find a company like this where the CEO is just fully invested, then you want to be part of that company, right? Because you know that company is out there working for you and you alone and him, you know, him himself. Because I mean, if he's invested in Binance and he's out there to grow his own wealth as well, then he's also working for you. So I think the goals are aligned. You want CEOs with skin in the game, not when, say, like, if Binance Coin was to just double and then the CEO's like selling out, that's never, you know, anything that anyone really wants, never a great sign. But no, I think the CEOs and you know, he's all fully focused on making this really, really work. And the best way to get any exposure to Binance right now is Binance Coin. You can't buy shares in the company. Yeah, and I think it's just doing extremely, extremely well. If you look at what's been moving lately, Bitcoin looks like it's kind of hit that peak where it's at that 60,000 mark, where there's not enough buyers hitting in right now to really push it any higher. I mean, it is $1 trillion market cap, so it's going to take a lot of buying to really, really push it up. And the same for Ethereum. Ethereum has kind of hit that higher mark as well, and it's just waiting for some next steps to really propel these two. But the current one with the biggest catalyst for moving upwards is probably Binance Coin. Ripple itself has done really well, but again, I don't look at Ripple with a lot of certainty, but I look at Binance Coin and I have a bit more certainty around what it does and how it's going to perform. And the same with the rest below as well. They all engage in much more complex stuff, and that's what kind of makes you more comfortable with Binance Coin. You know to operate an exchange, you know crypto is getting very, very popular. There's a lot of exchange happening, a lot of buying and selling, and Binance Coin facilitates a large amount of the volume that happens around the world, and they're doing really well out of it. And before that, there was just no real easy way to kind of value this you know, crypto. But I think after Coinbase comes onto the market, it gives us a very clear way to value Binance Coin, and I do see Binance Coin just doing so well from just the influence of that IPO, and I do see it hitting to $1,000. Whether that comes true or not, that's just really my opinion, of course. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think Binance Coin is going to do well? Are you into crypto or not? I know some of you guys love crypto and have asked me to talk about crypto in the past, but I've never thought about crypto as, you know, something with that much certainty. But now that I look at Binance Coin, I kind of feel like there's a bit more certainty of it, because like with Bitcoin, my view is that it's like a gold, that whenever things don't do too well, people run towards Bitcoin as a hedge on inflation, the devaluation of the dollar. Ethereum has just you know, most coins will use Ethereum in one way or another, and yeah, it just guarantees Ethereum has that utility to keep it relevant and quite valuable going forward in the future. And before that, there really wasn't many other coins that kind of gave you much confidence. But I think now with Coinbase coming onto the market, I think it gives kind of Binance a bit more certainty over its valuation and how it's going to succeed going into the future. And yeah, like if Binance deserved a valuation, it's probably whatever Coinbase is valued at and much higher. So that's why I kind of just see Binance doing so well out of that Coinbase IPO, that if Coinbase is 150, yeah, like Binance Coin, $1,000 probably quite easily. Yeah, like like for an exchange that facilitates so much of the transaction in terms of volume, yeah, like it's hard to not see Binance Coin doing well. Like the problem is we've just not got many financials to work on, but I think it's going to continue to do really well. It's done really well in the last few days, in the last few months, and I think in the next few days, next few weeks, next few months, it's still going to do really well. That is only if you guys like crypto. If not, you know, I think Coinbase is also a really good exchange to buy into. There's no reason you can't buy into both as well. Yeah, until then, good luck investing, everyone.